What do you really think Ambazonia can make out of this as we strategize during this time of war? I'll begin with you, Barrister Mbeseha.
Well, if there's nothing we can make out of this, if you're talking about this agreement or whatever
No,
thing decision of.
changing or the things that are taken entirely, not just the agreement. A lot of things are happening right now. People are agreeing, people are disagreeing. France is losing its grip the way it used to be. What can we make out of it? We'll get into the depth of the analysis next Saturday. I want us to coordinate the
Well,
program.
what I think the only thing we can, the thing we have to get from it, which everybody is getting from it, is France. There's no doubt France is losing its grip over what used to be their secured zones of influence. And so, if as far as Amazonia is concerned, I would say that it looks like the Cameroon government, not Ambazonia, the Cameroon government in Yaoundé is up for grab. Anybody can pick it up. And so, as they lose their grip on Chad, they lose their grip on Niger and other countries around, they want to preserve what they have. As of today, they still have a grip over Cameroon. That Cameroon that they have a grip over it includes Ambazonia. But what we see from it is that they don't want to lose Ambazonia. France, they don't want to lose Cameroon because of Ambazonia. And that explains why they have sent their own personal representatives to Ambazonia, in particular to Bamenda, in the name of the ambassador, to assure us, Ambazonia, just stay in. It is the government will give you the money. We'll give all this. We'll put reconstruction for you. So stay in. But there's not so much they can do. If they realize, and they are realizing, that because they want to hold this people Cameroon together, including Ambazonia, if they realize that trying to keep Ambazonia to be Oyan, they will let us go and they preserve what they need, which is Yaoundé. Because in
Yeah,
1959, when they signed the agreements, they did not
it is
contemplate
kind of.
Ambazonia being part of it. So
Yeah,
I think they are losing, they risk losing Yaoundé because they want to include Ambazonia. So
yeah,
tactically, they will let us go so they can preserve what they have. What do they have in us right now other than the oil? The
yeah,
minerals we have, they're not even mining the minerals. I don't see any mineral being mined in Amazonia, but we have them. The only thing they're
yeah.
taking out of us is oil. They have some oil deposits, they have different minerals in East Cameroon, which they prefer to do them and let Amazonia go. Because trying to keep this big chunk, including Amazonia, might cost them the whole chunk called Cameroon. Over to you.
Yeah, Barisafru, very briefly, what do you think we should do to leverage the situation in the quest of our freedom?
Well, before I answer that question, let me say this: La Republique is disintegrating, and the French are working day and night to bring people together, and it's not working. Like Barrister Mbesa rightly said, I see the French trying to let Ambazonia go and see how they can pick up the pieces in La République du Cameroun, because so far La République du Cameroun regime right now has not repudiated the French. Now, letting Ambazonia go is only for one thing and one thing only: the resources that they want from Ambazonia. The French will now come back to Ambazonia to try to have some kind of relations with us. Having said that, what should we do? I don't want to release anything that the government has been preparing for, but
I, I think that you have
I'm
said
always
enough.
saying,
You have said
I'm
enough,
always
so we
saying, I'm always saying that we should be ready for La Republic's collapse. Anytime they collapse, we should get into action and liberate our people.
amazing.
And
I,
like,
I,
yes,
Amazing. I think
that,
that is
that is
the
all I'm going to say. There's a lot, but I'm not
yeah.
going to say anything.
That's where I bring in Dr. Patience because tonight is one of those nights where we get ourselves prepared in any eventuality. by inspiring those who are bearing the brunt of the war. So, what do you think we need to do as Ambazonian women in wait of that moment? Dr. Patience, please.
One moment, I lost you there.
That moment where Cameroon finally disintegrates, that moment where France will either approach Ambazonia directly, that moment where Ambazonians will need to leverage the situation to actualize their restored independence and ensure their total freedom. What do you think in the perspective of the women folk?
Okay, so everything depends on the structures that have been put in place. Women will not act individually to uh, react when such a moment comes. Of course, there will be jubilation, but in terms of initiatives or activities that will be considered important for our movement to really control our territory, we expect that the women, the mothers, the daughters will be able to nurture their families, bring some sort of control over their households, and make sure that the family is secured, make sure that the family is getting appropriate nutrition. So, a general sense of well being, because only when people remain healthy can they perform to their utmost. But we think that there will be some guidance from the government. Um, uh, President
How,
Sako is the leader.
how to take advantage of the framework?
Yes, there will be a guidance from the government of what should be the expectations. And in that framework, uh, the leadership in position will direct based on what the next steps will be. But the key thing is for people to keep safe, keep themselves safe, because there will be chaos. We want people to stay in their homes, avoiding the rocks that may be the military that may take advantage to hurt our women in the forms of rapes. So the key thing is safety will be a priority, and that safety involves taking care of the children, the women, the disabled, the elderly. Uh, I think that would be the most important thing.